Okay, before we start, disclosure, please. Important to read it. Before we start with scalper, we will cover a little bit what happened in the swing trading today. We'll start with the DAX. DAX, one trade. I love it when the swing trading taking one trade and get it over with. One trade, 2476, based on a 5-range chart. DAX, 4-range, 1114. We had a couple of trades, so the 5-range did much better than the 4-range, which is not that much different, but it does. So this is the 5-range, and one trade, 2476.50. So this is the 4-range, 1114. This is the 244 ticks, 2-trade, one very small trade. So don't let it scare you, the 244 ticks. Look at this small, very small stop loss, one trade, 1600, very nice. CL 150 ticks, 1000. We have a little chop in here, and then beautiful ride. Then we pulled back a little bit here when the market was chopped, 1 and 2, and then we've done 1000 at the end of the day. That's not bad at all. NASDAQ, 1 minute, which there is not that many auto trades can survive on 1 minute. That's why they have to refuge to Renko bar and some kind of weird looking charts, because they cannot cover 1 minute. This is 1 minute a chart, 1, 2, 3, and one losing trade, 1135. This one based on 1 minute, folks. CL, we have a little chop here when the market was flat, and then we took 1, 2, 3, 4 immediately. And look at the small stop losses. It is around 10 ticks on the stop losses, which the system automatically, when the market goes to the other direction, you don't have to deal with optimization, stop loss, the system exit itself. The whole principle on the swing trading and all our system, the last 3-4 system we came out with is based on no more optimization, turn on, turn off basis. So this is a CL and 1600. This is an ES, one trade, 1350 based on the 5-range. Beautiful trade. YM, a little chop on the YM, but then we nailed it with a 1230. This is not bad, the 5 minutes. And let's take 100 between slippage and commission, because there is a few trades in here. We still come out a little above 1,000. The 3-minute NASDAQ, look at those small trades. So when the market is not trending, you're not going to be in a big damage in your account. But when the market start trending, we're nailing it. This is the whole principle. If this market moving, we will be making money. If this market not moving, will be as little as little losses as possible. And when the market is trending, we're gonna nail it. That's the whole principle of the swing trading. No optimization, no dealing with the trailing stop loss and targets, because once this trend is over, the system is gonna shut down. Despite, let's say if you are taking a trade and you are on a daily target 300, if this market go into your favor, you're gonna stay on that trade. So you're gonna be probably way above the 300. As an example, on the ES here, it doesn't matter today if it was your daily target 1,000, 300, 200, 500, 700. It doesn't matter what is your favorite daily target, because you can set up your daily target on every instruments we have, or any automated we have. But it doesn't matter. Even if you have, for the guy, put $300 today, or 200, or 500, or 1,000. If this market go into your favor, we are going to stay on that trend. Simple as that. So if this market go into our favor, why we need to stop at 300 or 500 is going to stay on that trend until that trend is over, and we make sure that trend is over before your close, and that it will be your lucky day. NASDAQ 3 minutes, 2360. Nasdaq 5 minutes 24.85. So that tells you there is not much difference between a 4 range and 5 range, or 3 minutes or 5 minutes. And if this market moving, you will be getting practically the same number. Let me show you something that is not based on a black box. If we look at the 3 minutes and if we look at the 5 minutes on the NASDAQ, it's the same entry, 7102.25. So if we look at this one here, the 3 minutes and the 5 minutes is the same entry. The only thing different is the exit. Let me see on the exit here. Actually, it came out with the same exit. This is really amazing. This is the same exit. YM 5 minutes, 1845. This is not bad at all. We had a little chop, we survived, and then when the market moved, we were on it. So you will never miss a trend. If this market trended, we will never miss it. YM 3 minutes. This one here is 1595. Again, let me compare between 3 minutes and 5 minutes. Between the 3 minutes, 4313, 4377. The exit was 4154, 4154. Actually, the same exit. So again, once if this market moving, it doesn't matter anymore the time frame, plus minus, but they're all gonna be practically the same entries. 5 minutes ES 1650, beautiful when this market trending, because tomorrow is 4th of July, and tomorrow is not gonna be. I'm not gonna be sitting behind the computer on 4th of July, so this is really good principle. And 1650, this is not bad. Those are outright. Any trader has been trading for 10 years. Absolutely. If this auto trading making money, you're outriding every trader has been around the block for many years. And if this auto trade does not make money, does mean nobody is making money today. That's for sure. If you are trading the ES and the ES is not moving, nobody is trading. Nobody is making money. That's the end of it. For the reason today, I'm concentrating between swing trading and scalping. And this business in 2018 is no longer about auto trade. It's more about management, timing, and the management. This is the main problem. Management with people with a low capital, and they overload themselves with they are all over the places. And the management is number one, and timing. When to start the scalping, when to start the swing trading. This is require a little training. I mean, you don't have to learn price action and sit in a room for 1 year to learn it, but you have to understand. As an example, Monday. Do you really want to swing trade on Monday, or do you really can use normal automated trading on Monday? No. On Monday, you have to use scalping. This is the scalping, and today we are using the scalping filter, scalping market order, not limited order, market order, and then we are using 1 minute and 150 ticks. Those cases like tomorrow, 4th of July, it will be a little action in the European time. I will not be swing trading the DAX tomorrow. Probably I will take the scalping tomorrow on an ES during the European time. I probably will take the ES and the YM or the Nasdaq in that matter to see which one is moving tomorrow. And if it's not moving, then I'll pass it. But there is a time for scalping, and there is a time for swing trading. And you have to understand that in 2018, there is no longer one size of shoes is going to fit this market. This market comes in a lot of phases during the daytime, or if you are in Europe, you have to use probably the scalping until the U.S. market is open, and then you start swinging on a full speed. Thursdays are usually the best days. On Thursday, where you can swing the market no matter what time frame you are using. You will be doing very well on Thursday. Wednesday, once we have the inventory on the CL, is the market goes smooth. But with the swing trading, you don't have to wait on the news, because we would like to position ourselves before the news come out. So I prefer to you have on the auto trade where you can stop the auto trade 5 minutes before any news, high news or low news, and let the auto trade start 10-15 minutes. Is already in the system and daily target, and they're already in the system, and turn on, turn off. You cannot optimize those auto trades at all because most of the time they get updated from our server. The trading is coming from your computer. Absolutely, it's not from us. But the update, the minor updates, is always comes from our server, and that's why we've been attacked heavily this weekend on one of our server. Thanks God they couldn't damage our server, and that's why we have spread out the system to many server, so that will not be all in under one server, that's for sure. So today, this is the scalping. What you're looking at right now is the scalping, and there is a few trades are not closed yet. We still have a 30-year treasury bond, one trade, 1500 on that one, which will show the chart. CL, we still have on a trade 1100. CL again 820 and 437 30-year treasury bond. Actually, after I made this comment a couple days ago about the 30-year treasury bond, I don't know, it's like I woke him up. The 30-year treasury bond for the last couple of 3 days went back to normal because we have on the scalping, the 30-year treasury bond is usually nailing very. I don't want to say numbers, but it's nailing every day very serious money. Then start getting in trouble, and now for the last couple of 3 days went back to normal, which is normal. Sometimes any instruments can be caught between channels, and when this market gets caught between channels, sometimes this instruments gonna be stuck in there for probably a couple of 3 days before it gets out. So on this one here, it is right now we have left on the swing trading, and what you're looking up here, it is the market analyzer. And on the market analyzer, on the left side is the 1 minute, on the right hand side is the 150 ticks. So let me try to also move those charts, and then we can cover a little bit while we're looking at the scalpers. We can look at the what I do is my favorite day asking me what is the whole idea. I mean, the whole idea about the swing trading, I love it when I see a trade, one trade, and is over with. And this is not unusual from Tuesday to Friday. Mondays, sometimes it can be risky, but the whole idea, so we cannot do that probably every day. Sometimes one instrument can get caught in a turbulence, and we cannot do anything. But once this market move, we will be covering everything. So on the worst days, this market is gonna keep following this market with a very small losses. That's the whole principle. This is the whole idea. If we look at the YM, we enter 422, we exit 414. I mean, those are not really stop losses. They are very. You can override the auto trade and use 15 ticks to stop loss if you want to, but I prefer the system doing it because he can calculate it much better than you and I. And sometimes there is a pullback, and if there is a pullback, probably we will not be closing this trade. And then when this market is moving, we are nailing it. We're not going to let it pass by us, that's for sure. This auto trade is not, if this market moving, it's not going to let it slide. It's not going to, you're not going to be missing any trades. And as an example, on the CL, on the swing trading, we had a little chop, beautiful trade, and you can see when the market was struggling, what is our stop loss on those one here? If this is a very, very, very important the stop loss, again, the management, because I've had some traders showing me they have an auto trade where they have 50 ticks of stop loss. 80 ticks of stop loss is crazy, and the most important in the auto trade, your stop loss is why you're gonna come into a flat market sometimes, and if you are using a heavy stop loss, you're gonna be bumped into probably 2 3 trades right after the other. Probably they're not good. So by then this guy is sweating. So when the market does not move to our favor, we need to exit as soon as possible. As an example, why I recommend the system make a decision, not me, which you can override it. You can set the 15 ticks or 20 ticks. Because, I mean, if we, this is a 150 ticks. I mean, it's not a big chart, but it's not small either. So if we take the trade at 7508, and when the system caught it, exit at 706, this is 2 ticks of stop loss. Thank you. I don't want any more than that. So here's the problem. Before you look at any auto trade, how much a day dreaming making money, we need to find out that auto trade, where is the stop loss on it? Because most of them, they try not to discuss that area at all. And I bring a lot of stuff that I'm not very popular over that situation, and I opened the trader's eyes that it's not just a single PDF. How much did you make last year? Because what happened last year is nothing what is this year. So if we take as an example any kind of instruments on a YM, ES, DAX, whatever turns you on, sometimes you turn on your auto trade and you dive in right to the flat market. And most of those guys, they auto trade, they have no sense with the market. Most of them, they are new traders. There is nothing wrong with that, but they are new traders. They cannot read the market. Fair enough. And that's why they refuge to the automated trading. And here is the things is, before you ask how much this auto trade makes, I need to know if I'm taking beat today, how much beat I am taking. Because the problem is, most of those guys, especially the most aggressive doing the last 10 years, what I show in this experience is that the less money those guys have, the more aggressive they are. So with the guy with the $3,000, he want to kick ass. He want to trade CL, ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, and God help him if he have one day wrong, and then he's going to be all over them. So those are the trouble right there. So on a guy on the $3,000 cannot really afford a chop market, or on that matter on a $5,000 he cannot afford a chop market. So before we know how much any auto trade, whether it's from me or somebody else, how much it makes, we need to know what is our stop loss. Because what you're gonna be doing if this market going to chop, and then you're gonna be hit 3 times right after the other, and you're not gonna be making money. Is it the auto trade problem or is it your problem? So here is the question. So on a 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 ticks a stop loss, this poor guy have a $3,000 or $5,000 on a 3 trades. He's down in a whole $700. And especially if he's going over 2 contracts, which maximum you should be using on any kind of auto trade, 2 contracts, no more. Even if you have a $100,000 account. Stay in heaven, all my eggs in one basket. I will have 2 contracts on an ES, 2 contracts on the YM, or 1 contract on an ES, 2 contracts on the YM, 2 contract or 1 contract on the NASDAQ, and spray my money out. I have a gentleman, he start gonna go live on the 5th of July, and he's follow my concept, and he's going to go live. He's in France, and he spread it out. He put a large amount of money, and he's going to be hedging the market. So I'm not worried about him. First of all, he have enough money to be there. Plus, he's taken 1 contract YM, 1 contract ES and one contract Nasdaq, one contract DAX, and that tells you what size of money he has. I'm not allowed to give you the numbers, but he have enough money to take one contract on each. So if the ES didn't do well today, he will be making money because the Nasdaq is going to run or the DAX is going to run. So at the end of the day, they're going to be averaging, and he have a very good daily target, so he should be fine, and we wish him the best. And I will be with him on 5th of July, probably all day long, to make sure he's not gonna dive into problems. And sometimes it's going to take on the swing trading. Look at the DAX, because some people are gonna say, why the DAX? I don't trade the DAX. I mean, who cares where's the money coming from, as long as the instruments can bring money. If we look on the DAX, the stop loss is 82.5, 78.5 is very acceptable for the DAX. I can take it anytime. This is nothing. And then when we took the trade, it was all over immediately within less than half an hour. That's why I like the DAX, because it can be done and over with. And so for even this one here, doesn't matter if it's a DAX or none, or CL or an ES. This is a very small chart for a DAX, actually. But even on a small chart, I like it. Why? I tell you why. It is very filtered, automated trade. It does comes with it 3-4 filters if you want to tweak the auto trade, but you don't need to turn them on. You just turn on and off the auto trade. But there is extra filters for the customers if they wanted to use those filters or not. It's up to them. But and we use the swing trade and not limited order. It's always market order, because we can afford that one tick slip. It doesn't matter. We're not interested in this one tick slip. We are looking for a big fish in the market. So even on a small chart, I like small chart, because then the stop loss is also even smaller, and we can tolerate a little here and there, and until we can catch a trend. And once we are catching trend, the party is over. Very simple, very straightforward. It doesn't need a brilliant trader to takes him maybe a couple, 3 weeks to learn the habit, but it's not something he needs to sit down and learn price action with it. And one of those days also, when the market is moving beside Monday, that's what I really enjoy it, when there is one trade. Why? Because every time you go into this market, you're exposing your account. The more you jump into the market, the more risk you have. And if we can be in and out within 1 or 2 trades, and then call it off for today, that will be a very brilliant idea than to be sitting behind the computers doing nothing, or probably gonna give up or you're winning. So right now we have the scalpers, which is a great idea for tomorrow for those guys if they want to deal with it on the scalp until the market close early. Of course, you will not be swing trading tomorrow. So that's why today we want to cover where is the difference between the scalping and the swing trading. At the moment, with the scalping, don't underestimate it. The scalping also, for the scalping, for somebody want to hedge the market, it will be brilliant idea to use one contract, trading with the trend, and then on the B scalping, you can reverse the market if you have a 2 different account, or you can take one contract on each and hedge the market on a very slow day. So at the end of the day, you look at the total, you don't look at the instruments itself. As an example, we have on the scalper today, based on the 1 minute, the CL went south. If we look on the CL 150 ticks on the scalp and make 2,800, does not mean tomorrow I'm going to be jumping on 150. No, but today this one made more. Tomorrow the CL is going to be making more money probably on the 1 minute. ES, if we look at the ES, the 1 minute made 1250. And if we look at the CL on 150 ticks, is eating banana, is only $150 in there. So what is tomorrow? It could be the CL is going to be moving more, or the ES could be moving more, or the NASDAQ could be moving more. Again, so if I have a $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 in that matter, I'll try to choose my battles myself and not let the auto trade take control over me. So what I'm saying is, if I have that 3 or 4 and 5,000, if we are living in the state and you are an early bird, you can do that on the scalping, and you can start scalping around 7 o'clock Eastern time. We only talk about Eastern time. From 7 o'clock Eastern time, you can smooth it out all the way till 11 o'clock. And then you don't need to trade anymore. Whatever you can make from 7 to 11, or from 7 to 12, then that's it. On Tuesday, I will probably, because if you notice, it's irrelevant whether you are trading the NASDAQ or you are trading the Dow Jones or you are trading the DAX. You're going to have some days, if this market moving, you will have the NASDAQ making more money. If we take an example on the swing trading, this one here made the $2,300. And on the YM, I cannot find the YM. Today, the YM on the 5 minutes made the 1230. As long as this market is moving, you probably today you make 1,000, the second day 200, or you lose 200. But as long as we know how to control that auto trade, it's not just ignition lift off and we are in the moon. So it is very important for any trader, if you wanted to learn that auto trade, whatever auto trade you have, where is the high time you can trade it with. Depends on the entry, and it depends, God help you, if your auto trade require a lot of stop losses, then you better do your homework a lot, because this is a very dangerous game on an auto trade. Can require stop loss. Actually, most of the time when we have customers call in, they don't ask about the stop loss. Over the weekend, I have a gentleman who's been trading for many years. The first question he was in his email, I don't call people. We receive every day 40, 50 emails. But what caught my attention on him, he said, the first question is, what is your stop loss? And immediately I tried to contact him and talk to him, because he's making sense. And of course, we get a lot of emails. He have $5,000. He want to turn them to $100,000 by the end of the year. So I prefer to shove those to my competitors, let them deal with them. But the first question he had, it is, what is the stop loss? And this is a very important. So the first question is, what is your stop loss? It's not how much this auto trade make, because when the market is moving, you're gonna be making money without question. The problem is not there. The problem is, if this market not moving, human is not calculating the risk, and this is very important, because you and I and anybody else in this business, we are get in trouble tomorrow, we will get in trouble next week, and normally we get in trouble once or twice a week. So this is unpreventable, and anyone say he don't get in trouble in the market, he's full of it, because everybody, even if I've been trading for 25 years, I still get in trouble, and very more than normal sometimes, because sometimes I can get very stubborn on my trade. And this is where I'm not a gambler, but I'm a very stubborn on my positions. And sometimes I'm happy for whatever I get, but I get stubborn. And this is my point, my weakness. Some traders, their weakness that they cannot stop trading, the greed kill them, blind them. But management in the auto trade is number one, and it is gonna take any trader to learn the habits on any auto trade. Is gonna take you 1 week or 2 weeks. Constantly try to measure, write it down, what you observe today, what time, what is the auto trade made around 9 o'clock? What is the auto trade? Back testing, forward testing is all rubbish. It's not going to make any sense because what happened in the past is not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen on Monday. All of it is just wasting time. I never met anyone did any back testing or optimization and put it to make money. With the optimization, it says you're going to be rich. And when you put it in a live trade, you're not going to be rich, and that it is fact. So that's why we took the optimization away from the traders, because most of them cannot even optimize or cannot read the market. So things is with the scalping and the price action. But today I'm putting the price action on the side, and I'm concentrating between a scalping and a swing trading, because traders say, why I need to have both. You have to have both. In your package on NinjaTrader 7, you have 13 automated trading, from a reversal to swing trading to institutional trading to uh, 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 all kind of stuff. There is around 13 automated trade under your sleeve. To next generation automated trading is one of the most advanced. We came out with the next generation 5 years ago. It is one of the most advanced automated trading ever, and it is actually an institutional automated trading. We had a problem having traders adjusting it, because that back then we didn't have on and off. We were require optimization, and 90% of the traders failed to optimize the next generation. We still have it, and it is very advanced, very institutional automated trading, and especially for forex and some serious traders. But the majority, 97%, couldn't optimize it, couldn't understand the tweak. They couldn't understand all the filters in it, but it still exists on NT8 and on NT7. We don't cover it because it requires a lot of. We tried in the room for many years, tried to explain all that, but traders, when they, I mean, some of them they were interested to learn, some of them they were not. So that's why a few years ago we start coming. We're not dependent on the trader anymore. With the price action, we put the signal, entry, and target, and then the target get adjusted itself, and the trailing stop. That's what you have seen in the previous videos. And then we came out with the scalper in 2013. And in 2013 until now, we have done over 100 time updates on it. And every time we try to take some of the load on the trader, we bump into new things. It's like that the trailing stop they were having a problem with. Some traders that were putting 4 ticks stop loss. That is not good. That's the magic turn against you when you put a hard stop loss 4 ticks. So we bump into new problem with the traders. Then we adjusted the stop loss. Now the scalpers, you can use the system to exit, or you can use a hard stop loss. I use personally on the scalpers. At the moment, I use 15 ticks of stop loss. This is fair enough. 15 ticks of stop loss, and I do not use a trailing stop. I put it to 0. On the scalpers, you can put all of them to 0, the stop loss, trailing stop, and the break even, and the system can take over by itself. This is one option. And then the second option you can do, you can use a 15 ticks of stop loss and dismiss the trailing stop and dismiss the break even, because the system is clever enough to exit, and when the market is trending, it's going to stay on that trend. So this is Took us years to learn how the traders behave when they are taking a manual or automated trading. So, so now what we are looking on the market analyzers are the scalpers, and then here on this side here, the controller is the swing trading, and we're gonna bring some charts to see where we are on that swing trading. Now this is another example I want to show you on the swing trading. This is a 30-year treasury bond. It's a 1400. Oh, it's right there. It's the first one. We took a small losses, and then when this market start trending, that it is a very, very nice to have a day off tomorrow with some serious money. So the whole idea in the future trading, whether you are an automated or you are a manual, I promised myself I don't want to teach trading anymore. But let me go back a little bit. Let me teach you something about future trading. Always trying to avoid teaching, and because we have had this room for many years and we were given away free. We never charged one dime for our room until some guy on the loose, he was attacking us and some other competitors that were start coming into the room and making problems for us, and then we closed it. I didn't want to deal with it anymore, and I promised myself I don't want to do that. But let me uh, teach you a trick about future trading with the stop losses and the management. It is as simple as that. I have a quarter in my hand. I'm going to be making a bet with you, and we're going to flip that coin 10 times. Every time I lose, I'm going to give you $10. Every time you lose, you have to give me $50. So we're going to flip this coin 10 times. Every time I lose, I'm going to give you $10. And every time you lose, you're going to give me $50. And we're going to roll the dice 10 times. So could be I'll be losing the first one, the second trade, and the third trade, and then you gonna be taking $30 away from me. It take me one time to make a move, and then I will gain $50 from you. So at the end of this game, when we are rolling those dice 10 times, I will be above what I started with. And this is a lot of traders do not understand the management, and they love to know about money, but they don't realize they have to understand the losses in the future trading. So in the future trading, the first question you have to ask is not how much this auto trade is going to make. The first question you should be asking, where is my stop loss in that automated trading? I only have $5,000. This is an example. On a 30-year treasury bond, I have two losing trade right after the other, bang, bang, right there to start with. This is not pleasant. So for a guy is on a very stop loss and a high stop loss, and he have $5,000. Now he is in the hole, $500. Do you think he's going to continue for today? No, sir. He's going to stop right there, and then the market is going to start making money, and he is out of the game because he have no enough to stay the whole day in the market. And this is the problem. This is the secret in the trading. You will take any things in this business. If you cannot hold your horse till the market is going to spike one time. And there is no guy, no one, no instrument is gonna let you know when the spike is gonna. Sometimes it's gonna start 10 minutes before the market's open, and sometimes it's going to be 10 minutes before the market close. Nobody knows when it's the spike. The whole secret with the future trading, it is to survive until we catch a trend. And I'm going to show you a lot of the same things what we are talking about today, trying to survive until we catch the trend and it's over in any given time frame or in any given market. I mean, this is not very pleasant to start with, but the stop losses are very small and very accepted, and until we catch the trend and call it off for today. So this one here with the losses, at the end, we came out with a 1230. I can pull out any chart and it will be the same approach to the future market. This is not a pleasant start. Then start to break in even, and then when the market start trending, bang, bang, and we are done. 1500. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Let me show you any kind of instrument is the same thing day in and a day out. DAX was not a pleasant day to start with, and then 1, 2, and done. So the whole thing is we cannot have the market to move for us to our favor when we start the auto trade sometimes. And the whole catch is to survive until we catch it. To survive until we catch it. So for a guy with a $3,000, $5,000 account, no, you cannot dance with a gorilla. You cannot dance with a DAX. You cannot flirt with the CL. You got to stay with the YM and the NASDAQ, and you got to be having enough bread in your account if, God forbid, you start your day on to the south. Because this is going to happen to any trader. And here is the freaking out question when you are talking to somebody. Because I'm a conservative trader and I'm trying to say, if you have $5,000, yes, you can trade the CL because that's what they tell you. You trade the CL, you trade the NASDAQ, you trade the Dow Jones. Yeah, but what about if you have a bad day? So here's the problem when you're trying to talk to a guy, telling him you have 5,000, then I will go ahead and swing trade maybe one YM and one NASDAQ. That's it. Here's the question. Turn around. Instead of saying thank you, he says, what's wrong with your auto trade? So the guy is a total denial that the market sometimes can go chop, can go flat, can get caught in the channels. He don't understand that. The only thing he understands is what's wrong with your auto trade. He blamed the weather, the auto trade, Ninjatrader platform. He blamed everyone because he is in a denial stage, and you cannot do anything to this guy except letting him figure it out by himself. And then 2-3 months later, then he comes to his sense, and then he starts really making sense. And we have seen it so many times. This one here, this baby here, this is a CL. I'm showing you every instrument. To start with was not pleasant. To start with is not pleasant. But we survived because those stop losses, 72 entry, 77 exit. How many ticks? 5 ticks. Can we afford 5 ticks? Yes. Hell yeah, we can afford 5 ticks. You know, on one contract, that is $50, is nothing, you know. Then the second entry, it was 74.77. Fair enough. We exit at 74.71. How many ticks? Believe me or not, it took me 20 years in order for me to make a stop loss manual trading on 5 ticks. It took me 20 years. Because in order for you to use 5 and 6 ticks and 7 ticks on a stop loss, you better be damn good, and you better have a good Fibonacci support resistance level. And we do have it, the $35 on our web. You will have the best Fibonacci levels ever you're going to get in your head. So it took me 20 years to do that. to aim it on 5 ticks on a CL. But a new guy cannot aim it on a 5 ticks on a manual trade, but an automated trading can. And this is much faster than you and I together trying. But by the time we recognize the problem, the auto trade is already out and looking for a new trade. So this is the beauty about the automated trading. But if you don't have the management and the pattern how to use that auto trade, then yeah, it's just wasting time. So we catch a nice trend, and we should have been done actually, but because of those two losses in here, set us a little bit back. Then we try again at 708. We entered the market, and guess what? We exit at 7506. Gentlemen, this is 2 ticks of stop loss. 2 ticks of stop loss. I prefer. So on this chop market, we have $50. We have on 3 trade losses in ticks around $120 on 3 trades. So now this is what I'm trying to say to the traders. Before you start looking at the number, look at your stop loss. Because if that auto trade on a 20 ticks a stop loss, you have a 3 lousy trade here, you are in a whole $600-700, buddy. Enjoy the ride. Welcome to trading. By now you need the diapers. You don't need an auto trade anymore. So if we studied, and this one is 150 ticks, this is a very nice, normal, very popular among the traders to automated trading. So we survived the hard time in this market, and then we took a trade. We took a trade from 74.81 to 75. Probably you did better than any trader. It's been around the block for 5 years, and you nailed better trade than he did. Because first of all, he's not going to be able to have a fast reaction to those small trade. And when you took that trend, probably you nailed it much better than he did. And then we have 2 ticks of stop loss. And then we took a trade at the short trade at 7506. We nailed it at 75 level. And then we took a trade from 75 level. We exit at 7511. You walk away after commission, $1,000 in your hand. So this is just a 150 ticks chart. Do you really think any guy with an automated trading is a manual trading has been around the block is going to be nailing it better than you do? I doubt it very seriously. A lot of guys cannot. And we can go anything from NASDAQ. We're not covering by luck one chart. We can go in any instruments, and we find the same thing here. I mean, it's the same story. We will go on the ES. It's the same story. Very small stop losses, and the ES is a very nasty market when it doesn't move. And then we are taking a little small trade until we catch a big, nice fish in here, and we nailed it from 27.36.75 to 27.13. And believe me or not too many traders were able to make money. And when you have a lucky day, you will be taking one trade and getting it over with. But I want to go again to this guy with the aggressive type with the $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. In any kind of auto trade, you're gonna be bumped in sometimes to have a ride. This is practically one straight line, and this is the worst enemy for any kind of auto trading with the trend. This is the worst kind of enemy for an auto trading with the trend. When even for a reversal is a nightmare. So this is going to happen, but for this guy, if he have $5,000 trade in one NASDAQ and one YM, if this market not moving today, his losses is he needs to stop at whatever price he think, but he still can survive until we catch a trend and get it over with. And this is Again, management in the automated trading, it is much more important than it just um, it is the key to any kind of automated trading. The problem is when this guy come in and he sees that and he don't make money here, immediately they called, they say, Sam, would you come in and look at my auto trade is not making money? And I say, did you look at the chart? Oh, no. Well, look at the chart. Where do you want me to get you money from here? Do you want me to move the market for you? Did you look at the chart and see the market is flat? No. Okay. Look at the chart and see it's one straight line. And I want to ask you, show me where you can make money in here, whether with or without an auto trade. They have no answer. But when the market moving, you don't hear a beep from them, you know. So this is things a trader should understand, that if this with this kind of auto trading, if this market moving, you will be making money. If this market is not moving, you are exiting that market for today without heavy losses or a great damage to your account. Please count the risk more important than your how much money you can make today. The risk is more important because we need to survive until we have a breakout in this market. And sometimes this breakout can be at 9:30, sometimes it can be at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, God knows where. We need to survive this hard time until we find a breakout, and then we call it off for today and close the computer and go with your family. Try to have some good time or turn on a swim, on a sim, and try to learn the market. So um, this is my opinion, and I try my best to not showing off as much as trying to educate. And we get a lot of compliments that about it, and we have a lot of people hate us because sometimes we reveal a lot of stuff probably that people don't want the traders to know about, which I have done that many times in my life, and I paid a high price for it. But I don't care. Let me, while we are talking about trading, and for those guys, they tell me it's the same story. It's like every time you talk to somebody, it's like you're putting the same song every day, the same CD every day. I'm going to show you how I learned the market. I learned on the ES, the big ES back then. It was not, it was no e-mini, and it was no internet when we started. We were on a satellite dish, and back then I was in Geneva, and sometimes on a bad weather. I don't know if some of you remember, we were using a satellite, and sometimes when we had a bad weather in Geneva, we had a delay on the ES. And I don't know how many of you can remember, but back then when the Dow Jones goes 250 and ES goes 12 points, the market shut down 15 minutes and 30 minutes on the next round. It was a total different ball game than now. But I want to show you exactly how I learned the market for 2 years, and I was trading live from it. I was trading this one live with a big ES. This one. Exactly this one. No bar color, nothing. I was trading this one for 2 years until now, paid off. Um, so for the guy trying to do something with his life beside the auto trade, If you hit your daily target today and you're done for today, you have nothing to do, and you don't feel like want to nag your children and your wife, you want to stay in your office, uh, take my advice and once you are done with automated trading, because it's going to pay off. Even when you are automated trading later on, the minute you turn on your chart, you read the market. Try, let me put it on a sim. Once you're done with your trade instead getting yourself in trouble, uh, I want every trader to listen to me just for 1 week. Take an empty chart after you're done with trading, doesn't matter what time, turn on your sim, okay? Put it under test 1 or test 2 or test 3 and limit yourself to 3 trades a day or 5 trades a day, and don't cheat yourself and write them down. You will find out the first day you are in a very big red because you're trading out of no charts, nothing in there. So there is no indication. Just you need to watch the bars. You limit yourself for 1 week, every day, 3 trades, 1 contract. Don't cheat, and or 5 trades a day for 1 week, and write down every day how much you make. If you wanted to take this business to second level, uh, try to do that. Before you know it, before you know it, if you do this training every day, no schmuck teaching you price action, paying him money. You don't need those car salesmen teach you price action and tell you go by the rules. What rules? I never heard of it before. So this is your first step for those guys that keep calling the same song every morning, every evening. Try to take a trade and populate it like this. So you will not cheat. You will not look at any indicator. Believe me or not, until today, I make more money with this one than even an auto trade. Why? Because I can see things. Don't go through this garbage, the bar studying and all this. You know, you're gonna study it today. Tomorrow it's gonna be out of your second year. Don't confuse with yourself with any all those things out there. It's become unrealistic, and what it is out there right now is just people handing money under the table to somebody else, have a forum or have an internet, and say, here is money under the table. Say my system is good. This is my competitor. Here is the money under my table, under the table. Attack this guy for me. Attack that guy. He's taking my customer. Attack him for me. And this is what is all about out there. Nobody is looking after your best interest, believe me. So I'm showing you something for any trader out there. This one here, I have no business to show you this because this one doesn't sell anything for me. But I want any trader to learn. Beside when you are done with your excitement, automated trading, and all this, when you have a free time, take a 3 trades a day or 5 trades a day, write them down on a piece of paper, and try to take them as is. Believe me or not, I was trading that one. I was trading that one, the big ES. Back then, it was not even an E mini. This is the chart we were using because the second year, when we were in Geneva, I was making more money with that chart than even put the color on the bar. Once I put colors on the bar, confused the hell out of me, because most of those indicators, and I've been saying that for many years, most of those indicators, they follow the market. And you are trading the future. They don't match. You can go ahead and download a million indicator and put them on your chart. It's not going to make a difference. It's the same thing. It's the same story. When this one is going down, your MACD, your ATR, your momentum, all these indicators, they're going to tell you the market is down. That's why we came out. I have a gentleman I was talking to over the weekend. He's a lawyer. He's been trading for 25 years. And he said, I look at your price action, and actually what you have is an institutional trading. It's not for retailers. And I said, this is true, because I'm not having indicator following the market. I'm predicting on the price action, the entry and the target. And I'm extending the target. So I'm giving the trader what is coming ahead, not what have happened in the past. So you take a minute, and when this market is going down here, every single indicator under that book is going to point the market down. Okay? When to stop, when to re-enter, when to take a profit, how to enter. So the first things I want to share with everybody out there, the only thing that's been with me for the last 25 years is identify trend, pullback, re-entry. So in that case here, where it is the entry point, if we notice here on that area here, that identify immediately without any fib line right there. I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of it. Right there, without any fib line, is going to identify to me that here is the place where there is a resistance. It's right there. Right there. The second confirmation is this one here, right there. Is getting weakened. Right there. This is an entry. This is an entry right there. I can spot it without any indicator. I can spot this one is an entry right there. When the market goes down that fast, anytime the market goes down that fast, the market has to go back and confirm it's normal. Anytime, any given day, any minute, the market has to pull back a little bit and confirm it's right there. Right there. And it's telling you those bars. It's right there. It's right there. This is a re-entry point. The same problem here. This is another re-entry. And this is here is one shot. And it's telling me where to exit. It's right there. It's telling me where to exit. Now, for a guy has not tried it before, he said this is impossible. No, sir, it's not impossible. Right there. This is your exit point, and this is where you need to start reconsider, re-enter the market. So between that area here and that number is 32.25. And this is the bottom here, 12.50. That you make your bread right there for today. So what I'm trying to say, I'm not, and I have zero return on that education when I'm giving it away on the YouTube, and I have no purpose. I have no idea who's out there. I'm not collecting any numbers. I'm not collecting names. I just decided a few months ago to go live to show the traders a little bit, uh, open their eyes about few things in this industry. So once we are done, because once we are done auto trading, you hit your target. Does not hurt to sit down and try to take a 3 or 5 trades a day, as long as you need it. Try to do that. It takes you 1 hour a day, 15 minutes, whatever it is, but don't cheat and write them down. You will find out the second week when you are learning how the bars are moving and trying to learn when there is the market is pulling back. I'll try that one. I'll take one on the sim and try it. Oh, there is a pullback. Maybe I will take this one here. This it is does not mean you're wasting time. No, sir. Because if you can learn that, the reason I'm telling you to learn that, because when you come in the morning and you're trying to auto trade, I know the auto trade has to do everything for you. I'm not going to sit down and argue with you. But there is a big difference when you come in the morning and trying to scalp the market or swing trade the market, and timing. It is very important. So maybe if we see some chop, we can avoid 2 bad trades and start somewhere, or maybe we can avoid 1 bad trade, or maybe we can wait 15 minutes before we start trading, because you will have days you're gonna start in with a chop market. You will, today and tomorrow and next year and the next 10 years, as long as you are trading, you will dive into chop market. And it's not unusual to dive into chop market once or twice a week if you're lucky. And sometimes by learning those small things, that it is gonna pay you off on the long run. Not go ahead and try different indicators. Again, guys, the indicators, those normal indicators you are using, 20, 30 indicators, they are more confusing than just to take a clean chart and try to train yourself with nobody interfering with your head. This is the most important, not anyone interfering with your head. Try to take those trades on a sim manually without any indicator, any color. Take any color on the bar, because sometimes those colors can confuse you. Leave it blank as it could be, and try to take on a sim after your auto trading. You're done for today, and try to take a manual trade and try to study the highs and the lows on those bars. This is the best education you will ever get, and it is free, and it is to yourself. The things is, when we had the free room for 7 8 hours, for 7 8 years, and when we started 8 hours a day, then we shrinked it to 3 4 hours a day. uh, I cannot sit down and translate or download it on a hard disk and give it to customers, because I break my own rules, because every day I break my own rules, because I can identify a problem maybe faster than the other guy sitting next to me. By you taking those here manually and honest them, and limit yourself to 3 trades a day or 5 trades in that matter every day, write down. When you first day you started, you're gonna be in very much red. But after 1 week, you start seeing yourself, you're breaking even. And after 2 weeks, you still you'll find out yourself, you start getting better. And those are for yourself, for nobody else. You will learn to read the market before you start any auto trade. Doesn't matter which auto trade, but also it is good for you. Like tomorrow, maybe we all sometimes sit down and get stuck waiting on the wife and the daughter to get dressed, and then you sit behind the computer. You can nail a trade without even, because you can do that. You're allowed to do that. You can do that. You know. So so this is uh, what really took off my trade is right here. And back then it was no Ninjatrader platform back then, and we were trading the big ES, not the mini. It was no E mini back then. We were trading the big ES, two contract, and we were nailing $1,000 on this every single day. Oh yeah, we've had a bad days as well, but back then we used to love when the market flat, because we can, you make a couple $100 on a couple ticks. I mean, easy. But now things is different, and the internet has smoothed out the prices a lot. It's no longer what happened in the early 80s. It's going to happen now. But so this is for those guys that are thinking about taking this business seriously. I'm showing you the way, and it does not. There is nothing in it for me, and it does not cost you any penny. I'm always trying to not get involved in teaching, and I wind up teaching. Passion, it is probably what drives me. Folks, that's all what we have for today. I wish everybody tomorrow having a nice, great day, holiday, and I guess we'll see you on Thursday. God bless you all, and happy trading. Bye for now.